This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I don't know why Cardi B puts herself through this. Now, I don't blame her for the Tasha K thing. I'm not talking about that. She's coming after Tasha K because Tasha K put diseases on her, that weren't true, and that was too far, come for her character, whatever else. There was plenty to work with there, but and I like Cardi B's success and everything because you could see her coming up. It wasn't just overnight like Lotto or something, like Cardi B, you saw the stages, of her coming up. But this is what I'm talking about. I don't understand why celebrities, there's not paparazzi waiting for celebrities everywhere. You can easily fly into the city and stay somewhere and nobody would know. But celebrities call the paparazzi and themselves or their publicists call the paparazzi because it looks like something. It keeps you in headlines and everything. It's a strategy to stay relevant. I guess the paparazzi might have been something way back in the day, right? 90s, but people like the Kardashians and Spencer Pratt changed and made the paparazzi work for them in a sense. And a lot of celebrities have adopted this, where they're like, oh my gosh, leave me alone. It's like, no. We know that you caught. There's no way they know you were in, this store at this time. Think about it. Paparazzi isn't just waiting for people everywhere, LeBron with a message after beating the Grizzlies by 40. People have doubted him. He said, if you ever see me fighting in the forest with a bear, help the bear. That's a Mystical said that in a freestyle, and it was like, what is he talking about? That was a funny quote by LeBron. And Dillon Brooks receives backlash after speaking on LeBron, then losing by 40 and became a free agent in the same week. How sway? Then we got Asian the Brat lying again. Just signed to a billionaire. I'm going to need a couple days to myself. This is huge for me. Who did she sign to? Chief Keef's old label exec? There's nothing to work with the Asian doll. Nobody knows her songs or anything. She's just full of cap. She's all lies. It's insane. It's unfortunate she's so delusional. It just doesn't get to work. Put the work out there and let it speak for itself. But she's continued it's just nothing, man. Jack Harlow has a pretty good album. I'm not going to lie. I checked it out. On that track, especially when he was coming for Eminem and all the other white rappers. He says he's the top white rapper. That was a pretty good beat. He was flowing good on it. There's something about Jack Harlow, though, I can't 100% get into. I like certain songs by him. I don't know. It's just me, maybe. Neo announced that he's single and he's out here dating fans and everybody, people in the DMs. He said, a lot of people came for him on this, and he said, I need the whole world to understand I don't care what you think. My kids love me. My women love me. My future is bright. I feel like the father and the nutty professor. You really think I'd be listening to you? He just went on this rant. I guess people are really coming for him in his comments. I don't know. I wouldn't care either. He's in a good space, I'd say. He makes money from his... I think he sold his catalog, right? So he's just chilling, right? Neo sells catalog. I think he sold it for he sold 50% of the worldwide copyright and income interest to 1,180 song catalog to Hypnosis. Oh, no, that's Neil Young. I was like, how does he have a 1,000? Neo sold it. Neo doesn't even come up. I know Neo sold something. Artist Neo. He sold something. Anyways, I know Neo's in there somewhere. I'm pretty sure Neo sold for like, I don't know, 40, 50 million because he wrote a lot of songs. Anyways, you know, if you just put that in a couple accounts, you're going to earn 4 or 5% at this right now, in this current climate. You're going to make 4 to 5% on a very safe way, you know, either in a CD or in a high yield savings account, high interest, high yield savings that has high interest. So it's like you can get like 4% in some banks, you know, so you could just chill, to be honest. Like he could just chill, you know, he doesn't really have to be an aggressive investor. Then we got Rich the Kid. He's getting taken to court by a woman who she claims like he was supposed to pay her hush money to hide a baby from his fiance Tory Bricks, and he stopped paying. It was $35,000. That's it. I mean, for him, that should be light. See, I never know with Rich the Kid because he's been smoking mirrors the time he came out. You don't know if this guy's got it or he's just looking like he got it. Who knows? She engaged in unprotected acts with him at his request. Claims he committed battery and did it without permission, touching her to prevent her from leaving the hotel. Eventually followed her outside, hopped into an Uber. I don't know, man. He still owes $25,000. I would have said you got to pay it all up front. But still, $35,000? What's to keep pregnancy a secret? That's it? I would be like, nah, man. Like, because, like, she could just attach herself to his... I mean, you know, it's like... crazy. I don't know. Rich the Kid is nuts, bro. I would be honest. Let's see. I think I had another... I think that's it. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Let's end with this. I cannot believe that some people really think this. So, Joe Budden just has a lot of stands out here. He's doing good in podcasting, but he let that Complex list go to his head. Complex put him number 1 on the list. And I would say Gilly and Wallow, even though they peddle those weird, scammy type of things, I hate that about their podcast. The way they have these, like, people in the middle of the podcast. So you're watching the DJ Envy and Charlemagne one. You'll see this guy come, anybody. And I don't know if it's really just a course selling you how to do something. You don't know if that person's actually done it. That's a big thing on YouTube and the internet. You know that Ty Lopez's of the world and everything. Like, you know, they're just selling you courses. That's how they're rich, right? They're selling people courses. $300 to take my course. I kind of wish I got in on that. Jeez, I just don't have the heart to do it. That's the only thing I don't like about Gillian Wallow's podcast, because they take that money to put in the middle there, and it's like, dude, you're promoting something that a lot of people won't get value from, you know? But anyways, I would say they have more influence. We know Vlad, academics, even Adam 22 has more influence than Joe Budden. They just do. Then there's other people on the list that Joe Budden was ranking higher than. That didn't make sense. But he turned down, he didn't go with Spotify, or maybe Spotify didn't want to go with him. I don't know, you know, because like he had all that turmoil between Rory and Mal. Maybe that messed up the deal. I don't know. You never know. But he came for Camron first, saying, "Oh, you got your little sports shows. You got your." Then he came for T.I., and then he came for Trick Daddy, talking about their cooking. Him and Nori did this whole thing, right? The funny thing is, Camron always stays relevant, just being Camron. Joe Budden is always chasing something, you know, love and hip hop, this and that. His rap albums, his rap career was it was just an underground type of rap career. You know, he had that one hit. He's always done something and stayed in the mix, right? I'm not discrediting Joe Budden all the way, but Camron had platinum albums, had a whole movement, had artists under him, And people want to discredit him when I said simply, Camron effortlessly stays relevant. His new sports show is beating everything out here. It's the most interesting thing out here that anybody is creating. Gilly, Wallow, any of these podcasts, right? It's just really good. You know, it's funny. Him and Mace have a good banter together. And if they can just keep the business right, everything's good. You know, and they're going to get a big deal at Barstool Sports for sure. For sure. Joe Budden's hating on him, right? So I'm like, well, Camron probably still has more money on than Joe Budden on his off day. Joe Budden's playing catch up. Camron has taken his money. He actually doesn't talk about it, but he has a lot of franchises. He's part of a investment group where they own tons of franchises and this and that. He never talks about that, but he makes money from that. He's not spending his rap money. He's spending that money. Or, you know, he has a lot of money coming in. For Joe Budden just started getting back to a bag in 2016, 17 really, right? 17, 18, right? So it's been about 4 years playing catch up. Well, Camron's been making money, right? He's lived comfortably, easily lived in, you know, big houses, nice cars, you know, and I just don't get how people like were trying to say, oh no, Joe Budden's way past him. He's not. He's just not. Joe Budden was saying he lapped him a long time ago. He didn't. He's put together a new group of cronies because he screwed over the last crew. He has a new look, and it actually rebirthed his podcast career, right? Because it was kind of slipping for a second. But, you know, he has to drop a couple podcasts a week, and it's good. You know, he's in a good position. He's by far one of the top podcasters. We know that. But the point is, hating on Camron was weird to me. It was like, dude, these guys have a long beef. We'll break that down another time. But the fact that people go for that Camron is behind Joe Budden is like, dude, he didn't just go into the podcast space and create a podcast like a lot of other rappers would do. He started a sports show. He always does something a little different. Watch everybody start sports shows now. It just happens, you know? And the first people to really start a podcast was Combat Jack, right? And then you'd have to say Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds, you know, next. They were too early. There's such thing as being too early. I was too early on a lot of things, you know? But someone has to pave the way, you know? And Joe Budden paved the way for other people like Gilly and Wallow. You got to give credit where credit's due. I don't know why. Yeah, I guess they just have this long-going feud with each other, and it'll be forever that. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News, and I will check you guys later. Peace.